100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups and 100 squats every single day. But does that work? Hey, it's Minney, and today I'd like to talk to you guys about bodyweight training. One of the things I hear from people refusing to go to the gym or saying that they want to get in shape are things like, oh, I don't have time, or I don't have access to a gym. Well, if that's you, then I have a solution. Don't get me wrong, I think training with weights is the undisputed best way to get a body if your goal is purely aesthetics. But sometimes we don't want the best, we don't want the most efficient, we just want what's possible. Sometimes we want achievable, and to that, I say bodyweight exercises done at a relatively high intensity is a good way to go. This type of training is known as calisthenics, and the way it works is this. Resistance training is just overloading the muscles of your body with a weight that's adequate enough to stimulate an adaptation. This can be done most efficiently with weights because it's easy to apply overload. It's easy to achieve overload with weights because you can add weight to the bar or alter exercise selection. But rather than weights, you can also use your own body as a way of overloading your muscles. There are many ways to go about this, but this is my personal preference. For the purposes of body composition, my favourite way of doing this is to pick 3 different exercises for the main muscle groups and do as many repetitions as possible within 7 minutes set to a timer. I typically use pistol squats for legs, push-ups for my chest and pull-ups for my back. If you don't have access to a pull-up bar, you can always load something like a suitcase and basically use it like a dumbbell row. I keep a log of the reps I achieve during these workouts, and every time I do them, I consistently try and beat them. I do this workout every time I don't have access to a gym, which is usually when I'm traveling or when I'm at a convention. As long as you stick to the chest, back and leg movements, you can also add in things like sit-ups, diamond push-ups, planks. As long as it doesn't take away from those main movements, you can add other stuff in. If a movement stops challenging you, you can get people to sit on your back during the movement to add additional overload and stimulation to the muscles. This is what me and Gnomes did during our last cosplay at Birmingham Expo. Another way of adding additional overload is switching to one-arm variants. So let's say you can do 100 reps of squats. Change that to 10 reps of pistol squats. Try and squat down on one leg and see how strong you are. See if you can do it and then work up again, just like you did with the regular squats. Same things goes to push-ups as well, really. Working up to a one-handed push-up is very impressive, and doing a one-handed chin-up is phenomenal. I'll say it again, I don't think that bodyweight training should replace weight training full on, but I do think it has its place, especially if you travel around a lot and your goal isn't maximum muscle mass. So go on, go out there and get your bodyweight squat right down to a pistol squat, get your press up to a one-handed press up, and get your chin up to a one-handed chin up. If you can meet those challenges, you'll definitely put on some muscle and look better in the process. That's all for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on bodyweight training in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And just remember, to train insane, eat insane, be insane!
Yeah.